What is going on, y'all? Fat Man Weeze here. And look, I'm going to go ahead and say, I know it's been a long time. In this video, I'm going to explain it. And I'm very, very sorry. I know I made this joke in the last update video, and it's really turning out to be true. But every single video I release seems to be a fucking update video. I shouldn't cuss 2 minutes into it. Whoops. Oh well. Anyway. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So I'm just playing balloons in the background. Nice, easy, simple game. Gives y'all something to look at while I talk. But for starters, how have you guys been? It's been a while since I've spoken to any of y'all. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I've been super inconsistent with my uploading of this channel. And I hope to one day be consistent. But that day is sadly not today or this last week. So, to get into the explanation of it, the reason nothing has been uploaded in the last week, yeah, about a week, is because since last Monday night, well, y'all are not going to have any frame of references to what last Monday night fucking means. A week ago. We'll put it that way. A week ago, my internet went out that night. And it happens, you know, internet's unreliable almost everywhere you go. So I was like, yeah, whatever, go to sleep. It'll hopefully be fixed in the morning. Well, it wasn't. So I called my internet company. You know what? I'm not even going to keep them quiet because honestly, this whole situation was bullshit, and I'm not worried about it being like slander or whatever. It's not slander. I know that much, but y'all know what I mean. But it's Suddenlink. I have Suddenlink. I don't like Suddenlink. I will go ahead and say that. Because they're unreliable and they screw a lot of people over. And I have other stories about that to tell maybe later, probably in the next video I upload. But for now, called them Tuesday morning. Said the problem. They said, okay, here's some things you can do. You know, reset the modem, you know, all that sort of stuff. None of that worked. And they're like, all right, well, let's try replacing your modem. Maybe your modem's bad. So we went out to Suddenlink store, got a new modem, changed it out. Same thing. Now, we tried to set up the new modem. And this is when we realized the problem was something larger than just the modem. They couldn't even sense that the modem was connected to our house, which means that there was no internet being provided to our house, period. So, we move on from that. We place a technician order. They're like, okay. Now, keep in mind, this is Tuesday that all this is happening. They're like, all right, Thursday is the earliest guy can get out. We're like, that sucks, but okay. So, Thursday, guy comes out, right? And it's monsooning. I mean, pouring. We had a hurricane, not that hit us directly, but it was close enough to us to where we were getting some of the remnants of it. And so it was just a monsoon outside the whole day. And the guy came in, did all of his diagnostic stuff, and he essentially said, the problem is not in here, it's not the house, it's not the modem, it's not the cable, it is the internet box outside on the street. And I said, okay, we know the problem is, how do we fix it? And he said, well, someone's going to have to get up there and fix it. But, you know, that's live wires up there, and it's pouring down rain. And I was like, yeah, fair. I don't want anyone to die. And he was like, no, me neither. So I will place another service call for a proper repairman to come out tomorrow, since the weather is supposed to be cleared up by then, to come out and fix it. I said, okay, cool. So that next day, I'm waiting, and waiting. And then I do some more waiting. And then I stop for a second. And then I start waiting again. And then I have to go to work. So, no technician, no repairman, no call, no text. So, I call Suddenlink and say, hey, when's the repairman supposed to come out? Because I got to go to work. You know, and I don't know if y'all are going to require me to be home. You know, my girlfriend might still be here, but I'd like to know when, you know, they're going to be able to make it out. So that way I can make sure someone's home. And the lady was just kind of quiet for a second and was like, you don't have a service call for today. I was like, excuse me? She was like, yeah, no one's going out to your residence. Does someone need to? And I'm like, yeah, someone needs to. I've been out of internet since Monday night, and I'm a college student with homework, exams, and other things I got to and want to do. So yeah, there's an issue. And she was like, why? I'm sorry. I'm like, look, I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad at you. It's not your fault. You're just a customer service representative. But I want to understand why the technician came out Thursday, told me exactly what the problem was, said he was going to place a service order, and then never placed a service order. And she said, I can't give you that answer. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. I understand. So she was like, but I can place a service order for you today to have someone come out. Or the way she put it was, have another technician come out to identify the problem. And I said, well, wait a minute. I don't need another technician to come out to identify the problem. I need a repairman to come out to fix the problem. And she was like, well, we don't know what the problem is just yet. I'm like, I just told you what the problem is. My modem's good. The cables of the house are good. It's a problem with the internet box. And she was like, well, no offense, sir, but we can't go off just what you say. I'm like, well, I'm telling you what the technician told me. And she was like, well, hold on. If that's what he told you, then he should have put it in his technician's notes or service notes after the service call. I said, okay, yeah, go ahead. And she was like, that's weird. I'm like, what? And she was like, this guy didn't put anything in the service notes. No reminders, no remarks, no it was fixed, or no it wasn't, just nothing. I was like, okay, great. Awesome. And she was like, so I still need to send a technician out there. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just send the technician out. I need internet ASAP. Keep in mind, this is Thursday. And, this is Friday. This is Friday. I lied. So this is day after Thursday. Thursday was the day the first technician came. So Friday before I go to work, she's like, yeah, we'll have a technician come out. He'll be there sometime before 5. And she then even said, I actually just got a confirmation from a technician that said he's on his way to your house, so he should be there within the next 30 to 45 minutes. I said, okay, well, I'll be at work. My girlfriend will be home till 6, so that'll be perfect. She said, okay, cool. Well, girlfriend was off. Girlfriend turned out to be off that day. Correction. And, around 6 o'clock while I was at work, I gave my girlfriend a call, and I said, hey, technician or repairman ever come over? And she was like, no. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I called Suddenlink back again and was like, hey, what the fuck? And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, where's my service technician? And they were like, I don't know. Let me check on that. I said, okay, please do. And then she was like, it appears your service call was canceled. I was like, why was it canceled? She was like, I don't know. Did you cancel it? I was like, ma'am, if I canceled my service call, I wouldn't be calling you asking you where my service call is. She was like, well, let me see if I can't look into it. I'm like, please do. And she said, yeah, the technician canceled it. I'm like, why did he do that? She was like, I couldn't tell you. I'm like, well, that doesn't do me any good because I have a bunch of homework I have to do this weekend. And obviously, on a personal note, wanting to record fucking videos again. Because while I could record them, and I have recorded them, I haven't been able to edit any of them because Vegas Pro requires an internet connection, or at least mine does, because it has to verify the license for it because I don't own it. I'm essentially renting it, and then obviously I need internet to upload it. Well, I was like, okay, Friday night, talking to the customer service representative, I was like, okay, well, can I please, for the love of God, get someone out here to fix my internet? And she was like, yeah, sure. I'll have someone come out. The earliest I can do it is 11 a.m. on Monday. I was like, Monday. She was like, yes, Monday. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Monday. Now, I don't mean to sound like, first world problems type shit. And I mean, it is. Boo-hoo, I had to go without internet for a week. But that made doing homework, which I have a lot of, as I've discussed to y'all in other update videos, a pain in the ass. As if, senior level college homework wasn't already a pain in the ass. So, I'm freaking out. I'm pissed out. I'm annoyed. I'm, full of anxiety and irritation. And, the best she can tell me is, we'll have someone out Monday. I'm like, okay, cool. So, the guy gets out here Monday, today. He comes an hour and a half late. Which already kind of made me like, alright, what the fuck? And he essentially says, when I was trying to tell him what the other guy said, he essentially said the other guy probably didn't know what he was talking about because I don't think he did any of the basic stuff he was supposed to do. And I was like, well, I couldn't confirm or deny that, so whatever. So he does everything he's supposed to do, and he comes to the exact same conclusion I told him the last technician told me, and that is that the issue is not this house, it is that power box outside, or cable box outside. And so at first he's like, we're going to have to call a repairman out to fix it. And I was like, great! How long is that going to take? And he was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, please do. He was like, it could take anywhere between 1 to 2 days is what I'm supposed to tell you. And I said, okay. Why did you have to preference that that's what you're supposed to tell me? He was like, because I've heard far too often of them taking upwards of 5 days to get out here. I'm like, are you kidding me? And once again, I preference to him the same thing I preference to the customer service representatives. My anger is not directed towards you. Because I don't believe in blaming, the customer service representative for, the problem with the product or the company. It's not their fault. Which, word to the wise, some people don't understand. And I really think y'all should. Not saying y'all directly, but just people in general, learn a little respect. Everyone's got it hard in their own way. I'm not going to get on that rant. Maybe I'll talk about that later. But that aside, he tells me it could take a while. I'm like, great. It's just what I wanted to hear. I have an exam I have to do in about 2 days. I'm so glad that it's going to be a pain in the ass for me to take that exam because it has to be a proctored exam. So, yay. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I guess he felt bad, which I told him don't, but you could see that I was very frustrated. And seeing how he's, a third-party service technician working for Suddenlink, he probably hears it all the fucking time about how bullshit Suddenlink is. But, he ends up taking a big-ass ladder, and he himself climbs up to that cable box, and he replaces the entire wiring himself. Now, part of me was kind of like, why the fuck you tell me you had to get someone else out to do this when you can obviously do it yourself? I didn't say that because he did end up explaining that he ended up figuring out through process of elimination that the problem wasn't actually the power box and that the problem was the cable delivering the power to the power box. And he kind of essentially explained to me, had the issue been the cable box, it would have been out of his hands. But because it was just the cable, he was able to replace that. So he was able to get my internet up and running. Hallelujah. Girlfriend about cried. I about peed. It was a momentous day. And then we're sitting there. He was like, I'm going to sit here and wait with you guys for a little bit to get this modem working. Make sure everything works. And we were like, okay. 2 minutes goes by. 3 minutes goes by. 5 minutes goes by. 8 minutes goes by. And he goes, it still isn't working. Me and Hannah look at each other and are like, oh, fuck. And he goes, hold on 1 second. Let me go check why. And he essentially figured out it is because the modem is not activated. And I was like, huh. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense, because last time when we replaced out the old modem, we called them, tried to reactivate it, and they said they couldn't because there was no internet going to it, blah, blah, blah. All makes sense. I was like, okay, well, can you activate it? And he said, yeah, I can. I just have to go on my tablet and activate it. And I said, okay, cool. So he goes out to his truck, and he's gone for a couple minutes, and he comes back, and he's like, some more bad news. I'm like, awesome! Fantastic! He was like, I actually cannot activate your modem remotely because whoever you spoke to last time to activate it, when they failed to reactivate it, they deleted essentially the service from my house. So they essentially put me down in a sense of a cancellation of service. Now, it wasn't a cancellation. It was more of a pause on service. You know, like, don't send service to this house for, you know, a time. But that then led us to have to call the customer service representative again, who told me she could not remotely activate the modem because I did not have an access code, because she swore up and down that the access code would have been a code that I created. However, it's a 4-digit code. I have a pool of like 6 4-digit codes, and none of them were it. So she couldn't do anything for me. So I then had to run all the way into town. I say all the way into town. It was like 10 minutes away. But I had to run into town to the actual Suddenlink store with my CMAC address. And the guy literally went on the computer, hit 2 buttons, and said, all right, you're good. And so now I'm back. So I know that was a long-ass story. And it's been a long-ass week. So a long-ass story is appropriate for, well, a long-ass week. But anyway, I appreciate you guys once again for the 18th time since I've started the channel being patient. Look forward to more of the Pokemon Nuzlocke coming up soon. Like I said, I have been able to record those videos. I just have to edit them and upload them. So, with that said, look forward to those. I will say, I might not be exactly what you guys want to hear. I might not be recording as much come this week. I will still be recording. Like I said, I'm going to do a bunch of bulk recording tonight and tomorrow. But I might not be doing as much recording moving forward simply because Call of Duty Cold War came out. And I don't describe myself as a huge COD fan. I used to be. And then Black Ops 3 came out, and I enjoyed zombies on that, but I definitely started to fall out after Black Ops 3. And by the time World War II came out, I played World War II for like 2 months and then never touched it again. And I haven't played really Call of Duty since. I didn't play Modern Warfare. I think that's honestly the only one that's come out since World War II, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't play Blackout or Warzone or anything like that. Black Ops 4 came out, and I did play Black Ops 4 for the sake of zombies, although I didn't play any of the multiplayer. But Cold War's out, and I've actually been enjoying it greatly. I do play it on my PC, and I was hoping to actually release this update video with some of my zombies gameplay in the background. But for some reason, I'm having a hard time getting OBS to record that game properly. It's essentially the same thing that was happening with the Outer Worlds for any of y'all that watched that. So I need to play around with it some more, get my game settings lined up with my recording settings to actually be able to post those videos. Which, once again, even if I do, that would be a passive thing and not something that I'm releasing as a regular series. For now, I'm going to be focusing all my attention to finishing up our Crystal Nuzlocke. And then, after that, we'll see where we go from there. So, but, I appreciate all you guys checking out this update video. Again, for those that have made it this far, which I'm assuming is one of you, thank you for your patience. And if you're upset at me for not being able to upload, email Suddenlink a nasty. No, don't do that. Don't, or do. Honestly, I'm probably gonna upload a video at some point of me ranting about Suddenlink in general, but that'll be later. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So hope y'all have a wonderful evening, and bye bye.